Well, let's talk about this, alright, everyone? In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you what is the wrath of God. The wrath of God is something that a lot of scriptures have talked about. They've pointed to. God has vengeance, God is this, God is that, God is jealous, God will punish the wicked, God rewards the righteous, God has wrath to express. In order to understand what that means, that God has wrath, we understand that what God is. First of all, let's explain what God is not. God is not one light that created everything out of it, poofed everything into existence. God is not one light from which everything came forth out of. God, capital G, lowercase o, lowercase d, is actually all of the sons of the Most High, all the small letter G, lowercase g gods all over the place, working together. Their interaction means God with a capital G. We are all gods. Read this in Psalms 82:6. Everyone in this world is a God. Every soul that exists, there's nothing but souls. The spiritual world is part. Like everything is an emanation of souls. So we're all every one of us is our own individual soul, and we are here in this world, emanating. Everyone is outpouring a little bit of their own infinite energy supply from their soul to co-emanate / co-create this world into existence. What is creation? Creation is when two or more parties come together to create something. It's just like when a mother and a father come together and they make a child. That is a ritual or a simulation or a microcosm version of what's ultimately going on with all the souls co-emanating this world into existence so we can all interact. Some of us are incarnated and some of us aren't. This basically means that there is nothing but souls. There is nothing but spiritual energy. So you think you see an object, you think you see a body, you think you see a thought in your mind, you think you feel a feeling, imagination. This is literally the product of the souls interacting. Your soul and the rest of them co-emanating this world. Remember, the Tree of Life says we are here to make something beautiful. What's the middle node in the Tree of Life? You have some stuff here, like wisdom and understanding, severity and mercy, stuff like that. And then you have, in the middle, the node is called beauty, because these various aspects of God are coming together to create something beautiful, which is the goal of life, is to create something awesome, a wonderful experience which becomes a memory. That's what happens when people interact. They make a beautiful experience, a beautiful time, a beautiful memory. Next thing you should understand is that basically, what is the wrath of God? The wrath of God is when these many gods have anger versus each other. Because remember, what is the attributes of God in the Bible? He's jealous, He's merciful, He's righteous, He's just in all His ways. Okay, now that you understand that, these are attributes of you too. These are not just attributes of others. You are one of these gods that add up to make capital G God. We're all gods and we all have these attributes about us. So the wrath of God, you could say God is the collective consciousness, because everything can be said to be consciousness, right? We're emanating, we're not really creating, we're just emanating out of our soul. So everything is spiritual consciousness. And in this sense, wrath is when the different gods have anger versus each other, so they need to purify that anger and release it on each other. And every now and then this happens. Sometimes the world has moments of peace, sometimes it has more difficult tribulation type times where the energies of the world are very chaotic and warlike. At this moment in time, it's like that a little bit. And it always changes, but the idea has always been the same. You know, God is jealous, God is good, God is righteous, God is holy. And we all have to be this way. If we don't, then there's going to be anger from other gods on the God that you are. Ultimately, it's all about peace, it's love, it's unity, it's creating a good time. That's what life is, right? So, I don't know. I think that's what wrath is. The wrath of God is the collective consciousness being purified as the gods express their anger for one another. That's what's going to keep happening until we get purified. And life is an eternal journey. Remember, these souls, they're not one-time, one-incarnation things. Like, people say that, okay, I die and that's it. I go to an end, into an infinite void of nothingness. But, like, if that's what life ends with, well, that's nothing. You came from something, so surely something had to have made you. How can you become nothing if something exists before you and things other than you that were made? Clearly there is some source behind all of this. And now you know that it's the souls, it's the gods that create reality. There's no one to blame. There's only we are the source of reality. Every one of us is a soul. We are all one of the sources of it.